Pharmacy is nothing but the art as well as practice as well as the profession of preparing the drugs, then preserving the drugs, then compounding the drugs and dispensing the drugs. So this is called as the pharmacy. So in simple language, what we can say, pharmacy is the branch of science which deals with the preparation of the drugs, preparation of the dosage form, as well as preserving that dosage form and dispensing that dosage form. So this is preparing the your dosage form, or we are preparing the transferring the your pure drug into the dosage form like tablets, capsule, which will be the easy for the patient to be administered. So that is called as the pharmacy. Or in simple language, again we can say a place where we are preparing the medicines or we are compounding the medicines and distributing to the peoples. That is called as the pharmacy. Now, there are the four main subjects under your pharmacy. That is the pharmacognosy, pharmachemistry, pharmacology, and pharmaceutics. So here, what is the interrelation of these four subjects? The pharmacognosy is the branch of science which deals with the study of plants as well as earth or the natural originated drugs like extracts or those drugs which are obtained from the plant source or the animal source. So there are so many drugs are available in universe or in nature which are utilized for the treatment of the various diseases. So this pharmacognosy branch will deals with the study of various kind of plants, and they will obtain the number of drugs from that plants as well as from the animal source, and that pure drugs will be available for preparation of their final dosage form like tablet, capsule. So this Ayurveda and this pharmacognosy, they are interrelated each other. Then next branch is the your pharmachemistry. So pharmachemistry is the branch of pharmacy which deals with the analysis of various drugs, synthesis of various drugs. There are so many drugs are available in market, or there are so many dosage form are available in the market, in which we have added the synthetic drugs, or we have prepared the number of drugs by various kind of reactions. So this pharmachemistry used to prepare the synthetic drugs and they will supply to our pharmacy, and then that synthetic drugs, or we can say artificial drugs, we are transferring into the final dosage form like tablet, capsule, solution, suspension, cup syrup, whatever it may be. Then, so these both batches are supplying us a drug. Okay. Now, what is the pharmacology? Pharmacology is also one branch of pharmacy which deals with the study of effect of drug on the human body, as well as there is the study of anatomy and physiology of various organs. When we are taking the any dosage form, so how it is giving the effect in your body, that is important. So this pharmacology will study about the effects as well as modification of the drugs inside the body, as well as the, you can say, metabolism of the drug inside the body, whatever it may be. So there are so many processes occurs when your drug is reaches into the body. So study of the drug related to your body, that is the work or the role of your pharmacology subject. So here, when you are getting the any kind of drug from the plant source or animal source, we are converting into the any kind of dosage form. In case of pharmachemistry, we are getting the synthetic drug, or we have prepared any kind of drug by using the chemical reaction. That drug also we are transferring into the final dosage form, and then when such kind of dosage form are entering inside the body, then how they are reacting with your body, or how the body is reacting with the drug, that is studied inside your pharmacology subject. Then pharmaceutics. Now, what is the pharmaceutics? It is the branch of your pharmacy which deals with the formulation or preparation of final dosage form by using the pure drug. Okay, don't write anybody, I will provide the notes. So this pharmaceutics will apply the various kind of principles as per the natural or the actual properties of that pure drug, and then this pharmaceutics will convert that drug into the final dosage form. So it is the role of pharmaceutics to prepare the final dosage form. Dosage form means your tablet, capsule, as well as your cup syrup. Liquid dosage forms are there like solution, suspension, creams, ointments. So these all are the dosage forms. So to prepare that dosage form, it is the role or that is the responsibility of pharmaceutic subject. And in the pharmaceutic subject, we will study the your pure drug and then we will convert it into the final dosage form. So here these are the four subjects which are interrelated to each other. Pharmacognosy and pharmacochemistry will provide you a drug, and then that drug will convert it into the final dosage form, and then after that dosage form we are administering that dosage form to the patient. Then how that dosage form or that drug inside that dosage form is interacting with your body, it will be studied into the pharmacology. Generally, dose of the drug should be decided, how much dose should be required to elicit the required action, so that all those will be studied into the pharmacology. So here in the pharmacochemistry, again we will study the evaluation of that prepared dosage form. When your dosage form administered into the body, at which time it will be release its drug into your body, as well as what are the contents of that dosage form, that will studied into the pharmacochemistry. Or in simple language, we are going to evaluate or analyze that final dosage form by using the pharmacochemistry also. So there are the so many roles of these four subjects for the final or successfully preparation of that dosage form. Okay. So these are the four pillars of your pharmacy: pharmacognosy, pharmacochemistry, pharmacology, and pharmaceutics. Then now today we are going to deal with the pharmaceutic subject. I will teach you the pharmaceutics, and remaining three subjects will be taught by the other peoples. Okay. So we'll see regarding the pharmaceutics. Now what is the, in another way, pharmaceutics? Already I have told you that pharmaceutics is nothing but the formulation and evaluation of any kind of dosage form, that is called as the pharmaceutics. So here dosage forms are prepared and then they are evaluated. Evaluated means what? We are going to check their quality, whether the prepared tablet or whether the prepared capsule is liable to administer or not. Whatever the qualities are there, what is the concentration of drug inside that tablet, so that will be studied into the pharmaceutics. Whether your pharmacognosy and pharmacochemistry have supplied any drug in the form of extract or in the form of powder, whether that drug or that extract will be converted into the tablet or whether it should be converted into the cream, whether it should be converted into the only powder form or whether it is converted into the liquid dosage form. So that will be decided by the pharmaceutical branches or the pharmaceutics. So depending on the inherent chemical as well as physical properties of that drug, pharmaceutics will decide which kind of dosage form should be prepared. There are the number of dosage forms are available as per their physical state, like solid dosage form, liquid dosage form, semi-solid dosage form. So in which dosage form your drug will have the good stability, depending on that your pharmaceutics will decide the type of that dosage form. So in simple way, we can say pharmaceutics deals with the formulation of pure drug substance and into conversion of that pure substance into the final dosage form. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, in pharmaceutics, now we'll see regarding your pharmaceutics subject. Now in first year, you are studying the pharmaceutics first. Okay. So there are the total 4 subjects of pharmaceutics. Pharmaceutics 1, pharmaceutics 2, pharmaceutics 3, pharmaceutics 4. In the pharmaceutics first, you will have the basic characteristics of that drug. You will learn about the basic things about your preparation and evaluation of your dosage form. So for the first semester, they have added the pharmaceutics course. The scope of this subject is that this course is designed to impart fundamental knowledge on the proper preparatory pharmacy with the art and science of the preparation of your various kind of conventional type of dosage forms. It means this subject is having the role to give you the fundamental knowledge about the preparation of the drugs, as well as to give the art and science regarding the formulation of simple type of dosage forms. So this is the scope of our pharmaceutics subject. Now, when you are learning this subject or when you are studying this subject in first semester, so indirectly, what kind of objectives are achieved, or whatever the students are studying in first sem regarding this subject, so how they are getting the knowledge, or what kind of knowledge will be updated through this subject. So when any person or the student is studying this pharmaceutics first subject, so after the studying these subjects, he will be able to know the history of our pharmacy profession. It means he will get the idea about the historical background of our pharmacy. It means from where your pharmacy was started and how the pharmacy is developed and what is the chronological development of our pharmacy. Then next point is that any student will get understand about the basics of different dosage forms. When you are preparing the tablet or the capsule, so behind the formulation of the tablet or preparation of that capsule, what is the basic principle, how it is prepared, what kind of basic physical as well as chemical properties are required for that drug. So this kind of basic properties will be understood by the students. Then after that, there are several incompatibilities. Incompatibility means there are the problems with the drug as well as the excipients. So what kind of that problems are there? Because of that, you cannot prepare the dosage form. And how will you minimize that kind of drug to excipient interaction, and you are going to prepare the successfully dosage form. So behind this, you will get the idea about the various kind of incompatibilities between the drug as well as the excipients. As well as you will also learn the various kind of calculations which are required for the manufacturing or the formulation of your dosage forms like tablets as well as capsule as well as your suspension, emulsion, cream. Then after that, any one student will learn about the how to handle your prescription in the professional way. Prescription means what? Everybody might have idea about the prescription. Prescription is nothing but the one written order of physician to your medical shop or the pharmacist. So on that prescription, names of the drug are always written by the doctor, and when you are showing that prescription to the medical shop, he will give you the medicaments or the medicines. So the pharmacy person should have the idea how to handle that prescription, how to read the drugs, what kind of factors are written in that prescription. So all those things are written in that prescription about your patient, like name of that patient, what is the age of that patient. So all those things are written in that prescription. So how your pharmacist must handle that prescription, how it should be read, so that all those things will be learned by your student in the first semester if he is studying this pharmaceutics subject. Then lastly, every student will get idea about the preparation of various kind of dosage forms. So in the first pharmaceutics, first you will learn about the how to prepare your cream, how to prepare ointment, how to prepare tablet, how to prepare capsule. So all those dosage forms are there which are available in the market. So they will get idea about the how to prepare them.
So ultimately, dosage form is nothing but your final drug in the form of particular dosage form like your tablet as well as capsule or your suspension, emulsion as well as your ointments, creams. So these are all nothing but the dosage forms. So how the dosage form is prepared? So dosage form contains the drug excipients, so it is the ultimately combination of the excipients as well as the drug. When we are using the pure drug, then that pure drug is combined with the your excipients, then only it is possible to prepare the final dosage form. So pure drug cannot be administered by the patients because pure drugs quantity may not be possible to handle by your patient. So the pure drug is called as the active pharmaceutical ingredient. This active pharmaceutical ingredient is nothing but the one particular type of chemical which is having the particular type of action, or when it is reaches to your body, it can cause the any kind of reaction and you are getting the results. So this is the active pharmaceutical ingredient, or it is called as the chemical entity which is intended for use in the diagnosis, treatment as well as the prevention of various kind of diseases, that is called as a drug. So this drug is obtained from the plant source, from the animal source, as well as it may obtain by the chemical reactions or it may be synthesized. So this is called as a drug. When this drug is combined with the excipients, it may form the your final dosage form. So that is called as the drug. So this drug is only responsible to elicit the pharmacological action inside your body. So this is called as the drug.
Excipients are the inactive or the inert ingredients which are added to prepare the your final dosage form. For examples, like diluents, binders, lubricating agents, preservatives, stabilizers, coloring agents, as well as the flavoring agents. So these are the few examples I have shown you regarding your excipients. Now, what is the final dosage form? Final dosage form is nothing but the combination of your drug plus excipients, that is called as the dosage form. So this final dosage form is prepared by using the your excipients, and then we used to add the your pure drug. So drug is for the your action inside the body, and excipients are required to prepare the your final dosage form or to give the shape. For example, suppose you are going to prepare the tablet, then in that tablet we have to add the your pure drug, and then that drug has to carry into your body in the form of tablet. So to give the shape of tablet, we have to add the diluting agents, we have to add the binding agents to give the particular shape of that tablet. Then that tablet should be disintegrate inside the body, or it should be break down very easily. For that purpose we have to add the disintegrating agent. Then suppose you are preparing the any kind of liquid preparation, for example cup syrup you are preparing, then you have to take the your drug. Then for the liquid preparation purpose we have to take the any kind of water as a vehicle or the solvent in which your drugs is having the solubility. Then such kind of liquid preparation may be you can say prone for the microbial attack. So microbial attack may be possible, microbes may develop. So to avoid the growth of that microbes, we have to add the preservatives. See, we are preparing the number of pickles in our home, we are adding the number of preservatives for the long term preservation of that product. Then suppose you want to make the attractive your product, in market you might have seen the colorful tablets. So how we are preparing the colorful tablets, we have to add the coloring agent. Some tablets are having the flavor, some liquid preparation is having the good flavor. So how that flavor is coming, we have added the flavoring agents. So there are number of flavors are there. So by this way, we are designing your dosage form. That dosage form should be taken by your patients. Okay. So for that purpose, we are adding the such kind of excipients. Sometimes we have to add the sweetening agents to impart the sweet taste. Otherwise, some drugs are bitter in taste. And suppose you have prepared any solution or the cup syrup, and you are giving that preparation to the child. Suppose that preparation is totally bitter, then that patient cannot accept that preparation. So there might be chances of nausea, vomiting, or that patient will reject that preparation. So how can we accept that preparation? Suppose we are adding the good flavoring agent as well as sweetening agent, then the taste of that preparation will be acceptable. That preparation will have the sweet taste, good flavor. So by this way, your patient will accept that preparation, and side by side, your drug will reach into the body, and then you will get the action of that drug. So by this way, we are designing the dosage form. So what is dosage form? It is the combination of drug plus excipient, and the dosage form will carry your drug into your body or at the site of action. So this is your dosage form. So another way I have quoted here, that is your dosage form. That is you can say it is the medicine which is prepared by using the combination of active pharmaceutical ingredient, that is your drug, and non-active pharmaceutical ingredients, that is called as the excipients. So when we are taking the drug and excipients, then only we can prepare the final dosage form. Then what is the role of that dosage form? You might have clear about the dosage form. Example of dosage form is nothing but the tablet, capsule, syrup, whatever it may be. So in that all the tablets, capsule, we have added the drug and excipients. The dosage form can be defined as, we can say, it is the carrier by which your drug is delivered or transmitted to the site of action within the body. Examples like tablet, capsule, cup syrup, ointment, your creams, these all are your dosage forms. Then why need for that dosage form? Why we are preparing the dosage forms, or why we are not taking simply drug? Okay, already I have told you that why we cannot take the pure drug directly, why we have to mix it with your excipients, because your drugs quantity may be very small. For example, some drug is required only 1 mg, 5 mg, or 7 mg, or 200 mg. Such kind of quantity is there for the drug, and we cannot increase the quantity of that pure drug, because it is decided that this much amount of that pure drug is required for the action inside the body. If you will take the extra quantity, then you will get the toxicity. So that's why quantity is fixed for the one dose or the single time action. So that pure drug alone cannot be handled or cannot be administered into your body. So for that purpose, we have to mix it with the other excipients, and then only it will be able to handle by your patient. So this dosage form is prepared for the successfully transmission or the delivering of that pure drug into your body. So there are the various needs of your dosage form. That is the first need is that your drug dose will be the accurate if you are preparing it with the excipients and you are administering in the form of tablet or capsule. Then only in the accurate quantity it will be reached into your body. Then hello, dear all, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So the first need is that the dose will be the accurate if you are preparing the dosage form, because when you are preparing the tablet, then on the machine we are preparing the tablet and every time required accurate quantity will be added into the particular or the each and every tablet. So every time your dose will be the accurate if you are preparing the such kind of dosage form. Then in the form of dosage form, your drug is always getting protected from the environmental conditions, because there are a lot of pure drugs are there. They are having the problem with the environmental condition, like your sunlight. Some drugs are getting affected because of the presence of sunlight. When your pure drug is exposed to the sunlight or your ultraviolet light, then its action will be deteriorated, or that drug will be getting unstable. So if you are preparing the dosage form, for example capsule you are preparing, then ultimately your drug is getting protected from the environmental conditions. Then some drugs are having the problems with your gastric juice. Gastric juice is nothing but you can say acid as well as the fluid present into your stomach. So that gastric juice or the gastric fluid in the stomach is always reacting with your pure drug. So some drugs are required the protection from that gastric juice also. Suppose we are preparing any kind of tablet and we are coating that tablet with the particular polymer, and that polymer is reaches into the stomach. When that polymer reaches to the stomach, that polymer will not be dissolved. Then after some period, that tablet will reaches into your intestine, where your drug is not having any kind of problem. So into your intestinal pH, your polymer will get dissolved because of the basic pH, and your drug will be released at the site of your intestine. Suppose you are taking directly drug, then it is directly reaching to your gastric juice, where it will be, we can say, interacted with the gastric juice, and its action will be cancelled, or it will be deteriorated because of the gastric juice. So in this way, suppose you are preparing your dosage form and then you are adding the drug, then we can give the successfully protection to that drug from the stomach also, or inside the gastric juice also. Then next is the masking the taste as well as the odor of your drug. Suppose your drug is very bitter in taste. So as it is, suppose you want to take that drug, then it is not possible because of its bitterness or its bad odor. So suppose you are converting it into any suitable dosage form like syrup or your any kind of tablet or the capsule. Then along with that drug, suppose you are adding any kind of sugar or any kind of sweetening agent, then it will mask the bitter taste of that drug. Patient cannot feel the taste of the drug, as well as suppose you are adding any kind of good flavoring agent, okay, like your elaichi, okay, then that patient cannot feel the bad odor of the drug also. Then indirectly you are giving that drug into administering that drug into the patient, so that patient will not get the actual taste of that drug as well as actual odor of that drug, because you are adding the taste enhancer like sweetening agent like sugar, as well as you are adding any kind of good flavoring agent. So because of that flavoring agent and sweetening agent, the main taste of that drug will get hidden or the masked. So this is the advantage of your dosage form. Then next advantage of the dosage form is the placement of drug within the body tissues or at the site of action. Suppose you are having the inflammation at your hand. So here we cannot apply directly your drug, pure drug. Suppose you are preparing any cream or we can say ointment, then at the affected area we can apply your drug in the form of cream or in the form of ointment. For the longer period it will remain on your skin, and then it will be absorbed through your skin and you will get the result. So this is the advantage of your dosage form, that with the help of your excipients we can place your drug at the required place, or we can keep your drug where it is actually required. Then another advantages are there which are little bit we can say out of understanding of your first year student. That is called as the sustained release medication and control release medication. Now what is mean by sustained release and control release medication? Nowadays there are the SR tablets available in the market. They are called as a sustained release market sustained release tablets as well as the control release tablet. Now, today's we are having the conventional tablets. It means normal tablets which are containing the normal drug. When we are taking that tablet, so after that, after particular time, again we have to take the another tablet. For example, doctor may write the 2 doses, morning as well as the evening, or sometimes they may write the 3 doses of that same tablet. So 3 times or 2 times, most probably your patient has to take that medication. So instead of that, suppose we are preparing the sustained release medication or the sustained release tablet or capsule of that drug, then only one tablet is sufficient for the whole day. So that is called as the sustained release medication. It means slowly that drug will be released inside your body for the longer period. So only one dose is sufficient instead of the 2 doses. That is called as the sustained release medication. And drug is the same. There is no any modification of drug is done. Only excipients are changed. We are adding such excipients which will release your drug for the longer period. So that is called as the sustained or the delayed action of the drug is possible because of such kind of excipients. Then we can prepare the control release tablets also. Control release means we will determine at which rate your drug will be released inside your body. So that is called as the predetermined release of that drug. So we can decide here that when you are taking that tablet, how much hours will be taken by that tablet to be dissolved inside your body, and up to how much time your drug will give the action into your body. So it is called as the controlled release medications. This is also possible only because of your particular type of modified excipients. That excipients are having the role to deliver your drug inside your body by controlled manner. Then these are the, we can say, modern type of dosage form nowadays, sustained release as well as the controlled release. Then optimal drug action. Now what is meant by optimal drug action means we are suppose taking the 100 mg of the drug, okay, inside the body, then 100% that drug should be utilized by your body. Many times your drug will be get wasted because of the metabolism inside the stomach. In 12th, you might have learned about the metabolism inside your body. So because of the metabolism, your pure drug will get changed into the another form. When drug is getting metabolized, then its pharmacological action will be changed. So by using the particular type of dosage forms, we can utilize your drug at the maximum level, or we can take the advantage of that whole drug. Okay, so this is only possible because of your, we can say, various kind of excipients. Then insertion of the drugs into the various body cavities. So there are the number of body cavities like your mouth, ear, nose, eye, rectal cavity, vaginal cavities. So when we want to give the treatment at the particular sites.
Sir, voice clear.
Okay. Beta, your net connection may not, we can say, clear. Okay. Then by using the various kind of excipients, it is possible to insert your dosage form into the particular body cavities. Suppose any drug is available in the powder form and that drug is utilized for the treatment of the eye. Is it possible to insert the powder form of the drug into the eye cavities? No, because the drug particles may cause the itching into the eye cavity. So better way, we will dissolve that drug into the suitable solvent, and in the form of liquid we can add into your eye cavities. So by using that solvent as an excipient, it is possible to deliver your drug into the treatment of your eye. So these are the, we can say, various kind of uses of excipients. Then use of desired vehicle for the insoluble drugs. There are so many insoluble drugs are there, they are not soluble into the water. So to deliver such kind of drug, we are having the number of solvents. Then by using that number of solvents, we can increase the utilization of that drug. Just I have shown you I have told you the example of the treatment of the eye. So suppose any drug is not soluble into the water, then we have to take the suitable solvent which is accepted by your eye cavity or the eye. So for the treatment of eye, we have to take any kind of suitable solvent, and in that solvent we can dissolve your drug, and then we can deliver that drug into the eye cavities for the treatment purpose. Suppose in case of your ear, suppose in the ear you are having any problem and you want to add the drug, and drug is available in the form of, suppose we can say powder. So you cannot add that powder into your eyes, because how much time it will take to dissolve that drug into your ear cavity. So it will take too much time, and that will be difficult for the hearing function. So for that purpose, we can dissolve that drug into the suitable solvent, and then in the form of liquid we can add that drug, and then immediately it will be absorbed by your skin and it will give the action. So these are the various we can say reasons are there. Because of that, we have to administer your pure drug into the excipients, and along with that excipients we have to prepare the final dosage form. So this is about your dosage form. Now, what are the various kind of excipients we are generally using? I have already told you regarding your excipients examples. Again, I would like to recall or remind you that there are the various excipients we are using. For example, coloring agents. Coloring agents are added into the dosage form to give the attractive color to your dosage form. There are so many drugs are available in the your pharmaceutical industries. They do not have the attractive color, and when we are mixing them with the excipients and suppose we are preparing the tablet, then that color of that whole preparation is not attractive. So to make it attractive or to attract your patients, we have to change its color. So for that purpose, we are using the coloring agents. Then sweetening agents are added, like your sugar or glucose is added as a sweetening agent. So to impart the sweet taste to your dosage form, we have to add the sweetening agents. Then flavoring agents are required, or we are using flavoring agents. To impart the good flavor to your dosage form, we have to add the flavoring agent. Then solubilizing agents are there, or the various kind of solvents are there. To increase the solubility of drug into the water, we have to add the solubilizing agents. So these kind of agents are helpful for increase the solubility of your drug into your required vehicle. Then antioxidants are added. Antioxidants are those agents which can prevent the oxidation of your product. Many times your prepared dosage form may prone for the oxidation. If the oxidation takes place, then your preparation may not have the pharmacological action, because oxidation has been takes place. So your drug's structure will get breakdown because of the oxidation reaction. So in this case, if you want to that preparation into the stable state, then we have to add the antioxidants. So this kind of antioxidants will prevent the oxidation process, and they will make they will keep your drug safe for the longer period. Then preservatives we are adding. What is the preservatives? Preservatives are those agents which can preserve your preparation for the longer time, or these preservatives may avoid the growth of microorganisms. These preservatives may enhance the life of your product. So such kind of preservatives we have to add to increase the life of your dosage form, or the tablet, capsule, as well as your liquid dosage form specially. Then next ingredient is the thickening agent. Thickening agents are synonymously also called as the viscosity enhancer. Suppose we are preparing the liquid dosage form. In that case, we have to add the viscosity enhancers. It means, suppose we are using any kind of liquid preparation, then we should give we should increase the little bit viscosity of that preparation. Then only that preparation can be easily handled. Just take the example of your water. Suppose you are having the water and your hair oil. Daily you are using suppose your hair oil. Now just imagine that, suppose that oil is not having the proper viscosity, then is it possible to measure your required amount of daily the oil? No, it is not possible, because suppose your oil is not having the proper viscosity, then it may fall down. Because of that viscosity, is it possible to take the easily that hair oil on your palm, and you can easily apply on your hairs. So it is because of the only viscosity. So for the ease of handling, we have to increase the viscosity of your liquid preparation. So there are so many agents or the ingredients are available. When we are adding them into the liquid preparation, they can increase the little bit viscosity of your preparation. Then suspending agents are there. Suspending agents are nothing but the surface actants, like your soap is there. So these suspending agents will help for the suspending of your drug particle into the liquid preparation. There are so many ingredients are in our market, or so many drugs are there, so they cannot be suspended or they cannot be mixed with your liquids or the vehicles. So to prepare your suspension, we have to add the suspending agents. Then only it is possible to suspend your drug particle inside your liquid vehicle. Otherwise, the drug particles may not get wetted and they always floated on the top of your preparation or the top of the vehicle. Then binding agents are there. Binding agents are nothing but the gums. The best example is your gums, as we can say them as a binding agents. When we are preparing the tablet, as everyone have the seen tablet. Tablet is the one unit type of dosage form, and it is little bit hard in nature. So how all the particles are binded together, how all the drug particles as well as excipients are having the particular shape, it is only due to the binding agent. Now I would like to tell you one routine example of your home. You are preparing the laddus in your home. So how that laddus are binded in one particular shape? It is because of the gums or because of the presence of sticky sugar. So that binding is nothing but to keep your drug particles at the one particular shape, that is called as the binding agents. Binding agents are like your gums. Okay, so they are called as the binding agents. Now solvents are there. What are the utilization of the solvents? Solvents are nothing but we can say particular type of liquids, or they are used to dissolve the number of drugs. So many drugs are there, they are not having the solubility into your plain water, and many times your manufacturers are using the pure water or the preparation of the liquid dosage form. Suppose you want to prepare any kind of cup syrup and you want to dissolve the drug into the water and you want to prepare the cup syrup in the form of solution. Suppose the drug is not having the good solubility in your pure water. So in that case, we can use the particular solvent in which your drug is having solubility. Then after dissolving that drug into the solvents, then that preparation we are adding into the water. For that purpose, we are using the different solvents. Then lubricating agents are there. Lubricating agents are used while preparation of your tablets. So these lubricating agents are, we can say, avoiding the friction, or they are avoiding the sticking of the tablets to the die cavity. Generally, your tablets are prepared by using the tablet machine. So in that machine, when we are compressing or pressing all the drug particle and we are giving the shape of the drug particle to the that all the drug particles we are converting into the tablet shape. So while making this process, some drug particles may stick to solid dosage forms. We are preparing your tablet capsule. So in that case, we are using the lubricants. So these are the powder lubricants or the solid lubricants. In case of your routine, like for your vehicle's purpose, we are using the oils, greases as a lubricants. So these lubricants are here avoided the friction. Okay, they will we can say avoid the friction of the metals. But in case of our pharmaceutical industries, we are using your talcum powder or the talc as a lubricating agents. So while preparing your chapatis, we are adding your atta as a lubricants. Okay, see here. So by this way, we are using the lubricants to avoid the sticking problem, or the tablets will not be stick to the walls of the die cavity. Then perfumes are added into your preparations, like creams as well as your lipstick. So there are other type of preparations are there, like cosmetics. in that case we are using the perfumes, as well as the, you can say, essence are there, we are using them to avoid the or to give the particular we can say smell